All right, so you want to get stronger. We're going to talk about all the ways you can get stronger in Jujutsu Kaisen, Phantom Parade, and maybe some ways that you did not realize at first, and certain things that I was not doing that was actually wasting me a good amount of time. So if you learned anything new, let me know down below. Let me know your personal power. I'm never saying that word, but let me know your personal power. This is me not even 12 hours after the launch. I'm recording this, okay? So you know, we're gonna be having some good fun with this one, but I think I'm like, what, 11 hours into this, so hey, we'll take it. So let's go into it. First of all, we have to go to enhance characters. Now we will be talking about team building. Check the timestamps for certain parts. Okay, so then Gojo's the perfect example for this, so let's talk about it. First of all, there is levels, and you need to grind this, right? That like orange sphere, which you could get in enhancement quest, which is the beacon of training quest. Okay, so once you've done that, you can start leveling up, and you're gonna also need the JP, which was right next to it in the same game mode, and you're gonna be able to level up. This one's the simplest. Now grade, this one is something that we do have to talk about a bit, because listen, I was a little silly and I only realized it a good amount in, right? It took me a couple battles to realize I could do something. So first of all, you need to get all of these up to be able to get the total 5 extra levels. And then when you press grade up, then you'll be able to do that again to get it to level 70, right? So how is this working? Basically, you need these items, and to get these items, there's 2 main ways right now. Number 1, and you could also just go by there to find it, but number 1 is cursed object collection, which I'm just going to the highest one and doing it, but sometimes they will recommend it to you, okay, which one you should do. Okay, like for example, if we go here, you go to grade, and then you see like I need silver. Okay, I need that one a lot, it seems, so I could press obtain, then it's here, and then I could actually sweep. This is what I wanted to talk about, is that you're able to sweep, and we're gonna do it just to show, okay? And you have to get 3 stars on it, right? Once you get 3 stars, then you'll be able to sweep. And hey, we're player rank 9, love to see it. I got barely any, to be fair. That is a bit rough. But now I can do a bit more. Okay, a bit more. Not many more. A bit more. So you press... Oh, I meant to press unlock all. So you do unlock all because it's usually simpler. And there you go. So now I need another like 50, right? Which is a bit rough. Now, once you get the grade up, you're going to be able to increase the level even further, okay? Usually, I mean, I see most people at like grade 10 or grade 11, but what's the max grade just to see? Grade 8. So I think that there's certain things that in the future will let you increase that even further on JP, because I've seen grade 10 and 11. So keep that in mind, okay? Now, other ways to get those materials is in the exchange shop for cursed object, okay? I forgot which one I'm missing. This one. So I would be able to just exchange upwards for 4, so I use what is it, 5 for 1, which it's pretty expensive, but later on for sure will be more worth it. That is without a doubt, right? This is not going to be bad to have in the future at all, okay? So now that we're done with grades, a lot of people are confused of how dupes work, and basically you could just click on this, go to info, and then you're going to see it gives a big stat increase. It increases the co-op alt effect, and that's basically it. But the stat increase is huge. 25% to each is basically increasing his power in total by 25%. And then here 35, and then 40. I got 3 dupes, and you could kind of see my Nobara, who's at level 65, is less than half the power of my Gojo, who's at level 60. Okay. So it is very, very important, dupes, to get extra stats. Now, is it needed? I would not say so, but my Gojo is doing more damage because of it, okay? If you want a dupe 1, by far the most important. If you just look at it, just logically, gives the highest amount of stats, right? Gives 25, this gives 10, this gives 5, this gives 5, this gives 5. So the first dupe, if you really want to push for a dupe, you only will need 1 dupe. And like I said, you can check the early gacha event video that I did, where you could get technically an extra 40 pulls in the next little while. So I would probably be doing that. Now, after that, we talked about the 2 ways to really get it, through the sweep thing, and then also through the exchange shop. We could get it through skill enhance. Well, we could now enhance skills. So enhancing skills is really going to depend. This is stuff you should probably go ask about which ones you should do, because it's not like you have infinite materials. You could go check out where you get it from here, which is mainly locked for me right now. But you honestly should prioritize usually if the alt's good. If it's based off the alt, go for that. But for me, like if you're trying to grind with the unit, or they have like a AoE, like in the future, like a Yuta, you could obviously prioritize the AoE to really start grinding it. But yeah, for now, I'm not really going to get into too much which skills to increase, but usually it's going to be the one that aligns with your ult. Okay, for example, with the recollection bit. For example, Gojo's recollection bit increases his Jujutsu damage first of all, or curse technique on his ult. So, what checks the 2 boxes off? Well, it would be my ult, right? So in general, like min-maxing, it would definitely be the ult that I would kind of level this up, right? And that's going to be a big increase of 60% damage, which we are definitely taking. So it goes from 3 to 5. Just to show you what it is after 5, it is 7. And then you need the gold, and then you're going to need the rainbow. So that's basically how it is for skill enhancements. Not really going to fret too much on that one, okay? But I'm pretty sure if we go to exchange, there is also some other materials like this one, right? So this one is going to be one that you're going to need for the later stages, and it is also in here, right? So you're going to need to kind of get that long term, but there's going to be many ways, and we're going to talk about the main event very, very soon, okay? Now then, to get stronger, obviously recollection bits. Now, a lot of people are like, do I do character? Do I do recollection bit? What's better? Now then, first of all, leveling up, very simple. You use the blue orbs, which you get from the same place as I mentioned before, okay? Same place, right here, okay? Enhancement quest. Now then, no, wrong place. All right, so in recollection bits, right? The limit break. Let's talk about it. So for limit break, you could see that the first dupe gives you a full new passive. Okay, dupe 1 gives a new passive. Dupe 3 enhances the passive, usually by 5%. Okay, usually every single skill gets a 5% increase. Now, the extra thing is you get extra levels, which also equals extra stats. In general, I would say going for dupe 1 is probably where you should stop if it's for a really good recollection bit. But this is mainly for like spenders, right? For free to plays, like if you're using SRs, it's fine. Like just one dupe. If it's a good passive, then great. You could see if it's a good passive like with your own eyes, or by asking, or by checking out my recollection bit videos that are going to come out very, very soon, right? But leveling up is good. Now you have to make sure that it aligns, right? So there's a couple things you need to make sure. The unit you're using, what is the thing that they're maining, okay? What are they maining? Which you could check. For my tier list videos, I usually do talk about it, stuff like that. But you can see here, this gives damage increase, but this is Jujutsu, curse technique. So then, okay, curse technique, great. Then you go to recollection bits, then you're like, okay, what has mainly curse technique? Or the passive gives extra to curse technique, right? Here you go, alt, curse technique increase, and then this is good for Gojo, right? And then, for example, this one. This just gives damage increase, so you could put that on anyone, but it gives more curse technique, so you would probably want to, on average, give it more to a curse technique user, where this one, you're going to definitely give it to someone like Nobara, because it's going to be 2 turns of curse technique increase, which is going to stack very well, and then it only gives curse technique or Jujutsu, so like you want to prioritize these for stuff like that. But then for a Taijutsu unit, right, like Itadori, you could use Malevolent Shrine for him because it's only taijutsu, and then here it gives damage dealt, right? So that's basically how it works. You see which stats are scaled to where. If physical technique is scaled higher, then you're going to probably put that on a physical technique unit that has more physical technique abilities, okay? So that's basically how it works there for like which ones you should choose, okay? If you guys want, obviously I'm going to make proper build videos in the future, but this is just very, very rough, like how to manage it right now. Now for supports, personally, I like these type of ones, where this one increases alt gauge fill rate increase to all allies for 2 turns. And then it gives them not that much HP though, but this one gives a damage reduction. So if you could get some like this, or some that heal the supports, the ones that you heal the supports are also good, because Gojo technically is going to be above his part because he does not take damage, so you need the supports to stay alive, right? So I'd say that's actually pretty important. Okay, now next up, rank. The character rank, basically how it works is the more you use a unit, the more you're going to be able to get some stuff. So basically, you're going to have the ranks, and then every character rank, you're going to get increased stats. And then there is rank up to, what, 50? Nope, it continues going to 60. Okay, so you get the XP for the character. You can see that gives 40, and now I'm character level, or rank 8. So now that I'm rank 8, I'm going to get extra stats for everyone in the Gojo department. So any future Gojo, there you go. So let's say there's a unit you really want in the future, but you're not going to use one right now. You could just put them in sweep, for example. I think it should work, and then you'll be able to increase their character rank. So for me, Gojo's right there, and then Nobara is also pretty high up. They're all pretty much around the same. And then there you go. She is up to 7, right? And then you can see increased HP, physical, and curse technique, which is great. So that's basically how it works. The more you use a unit, right, you could see here the missions: increase level, increase character rank of Gojo to 20, increase the grade of Satoru Gojo to 5, increase total grade of character, you unlock any ability of Satoru Gojo 50 times through grade enhancement. So stuff like this: enhance skill level, clear any cursed object collection. So the more you use them in these, right, is basically how it works, right? So yeah, and then complete any dispatch with them 30 times. So that's a pretty long-term one that you can do, but it's very good. Like if you're planning on using a future Nobara or a future Itadori, but you're not planning on using this one, you could put the rare one in, and if you put the rare one in, it's going to count for this extra XP to get in the future, so that your units are just a little bit extra stronger when the time comes. Okay, now for team building, I just want to talk about this because this does count in my opinion of being stronger. So how I would go about it, right, is really a couple ways. So first of all, you're going to want 2 main supports. Okay, this could be any number of supports. I already made best teams videos. I'm not going to really go over that, but these supports are going to help either for damage, healing a bit, right, if you want to use Shoko, or for damage reduction. Okay, so once these 3 are down, usually 2 supports, any of the bunch, even if it's a tank, then 2 DPSs is the way to go. Okay, 2 DPSs is for sure the way to go, in my opinion, especially early game, because you want to be able to do damage and clear quick. So that's how it's going to be. Then the last slot, to me, it could be a couple of different things. I rather DPS because I want to build Itadori, but then there's also the fact that for someone like Inumaki, right, was it, hold on, I'm trying to remember which Inumaki it was, but I'm pretty sure one of the Inumakis, okay, one of the Inumakis, while I just go and check, is basically able to stop someone from dying once. Okay, it's SSR Inumaki, so he's able to stop, unless I'm tripping, he's able to stop someone from dying once, and by stopping that one death, yes, so he's able to stop someone from dying once, this Inumaki. So because he's able to stop someone once, right here, nope, right here, right here. So basically, if an ally is about to withdraw from combat due to being attacked, nullifies that attack and can only be used once in the battle. So you're not going to want to put him in the last slot. You're going to want to put him inside here because of the fact that if he goes in the last slot, well, someone's already going to be dead. Where if he's here, he's going to stop the attack, which is why he counts as one of the supportive slots. So that's basically all I really wanted to say. Just wanted to talk about it. This slot should not be anything related to death. Okay, if a unit needs to build up or is good with support early on or has AoEs, definitely put them in the back 2 slots. Now this is important. You're going to want to put your supporters in the front so that they attack first. Simple as that. You want to put them in the front so that they could attack first because you want them to give the support, and then your DPSs will do damage. So always make sure supports are 1 and 2, and then DPSs are 3 and 4. And if number 3 is a DPS that also supports, make sure he's in front of, make sure he's in the 3rd slot and not the 4th slot. That is pretty important. Now then, the main event. I know not many people have fully started it yet, but by the time it's coming out, I mean, I don't know where you guys are going to be, but you're going to want to do the event quest. Okay, first of all, you want to clear normal. Okay, at least clear normal. Once you clear that, then you're going to have hard to do, and hard is going to be giving some decent rewards. I'm totally fine with that. But then the main thing is a couple things. Okay, so you're going to be able to get this recollection bit, which is very strong. I'm going to talk about it in the future. Very good HP overall, so that could be good for supporters. And the thing is, it gives physical technique, so maybe not so much, but good for maybe Yuta even. Then you're going to have this formidable battle. And the thing is, you're going to basically, like, you're going to, and this is, yeah, so... Okay, yeah, so basically, you need to go to event quest, you need to do these to get this, right? If you get this, then that's your stamina to fight the actual boss. And what does the actual boss give? We'll talk about it. This is very important to getting stronger because it's the first main event, so it's going to be good. So it's going to give these things. It's going to give what they called exorcism tokens. Now, with the exorcism tokens, you could go for this and get a bunch of stuff. For example, and also, put this to 100. I'm going to make a full video on this event, but put this to 100 times so you could draw all at once. But current prize pool. So you can see here that you could get a bunch of training items, right? But then if you go to all prize pools, you get training items. Then here you get memories, right? Then you get the crystals, right? And then here you could get the memories, again, memory. But then there's a big item, which is a dupe for recollection bits, which I didn't talk about. I'm going to talk about very quickly, but there is a dupe for recollection bits. Okay. And then there's the skill item. And then here it's just, I think, whatever, right? So you could just kind of grind this. Whatever. So it's like basically a point event in my eyes, right? Like a bit like BBS. But you do want to farm this event. Now, even more than that, there are some bonuses, which you do want to have Itadori equipped if you do have them. the bonus one because it gives extra tokens, and with Awakening even more. And then here you want to have both the event skill page, the event memory, and then the banner memory on because it's going to give even more tokens. So you really want to max this out for a total at 0 dupes of, well, this is going to be max dupe technically, so up to 30%, 45, 65%, right? So you're going to want to put all that and then do event missions, get some extra stuff, get some extra pulls, get some extra crystals, and then fight the boss, and then just exchange this as much as you can, essentially is how it's going to be, okay? And that's going to help you get stronger, at least right now. And in the future, those main events will be good to get a bunch of items, okay? So this counted as a where do I get what? And a lot of the times, if you don't know where you're going to get stuff, also check exchange or check where it tells you to go. But yeah, no, that's basically it for this one. Let me know if this helped. Let me know if there's anything I missed potentially. I'll add it in the pinned comment. But without anything else to really say, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching this video. Bye-bye.